What's up?
Hey guys, it's Sunday. We are Adam and Carrie Anderson, the co-founders of Whole Life Entrepreneurship. Thanks for dropping in with us. We do a live here every Sunday night. Whether you guys like it or not, we still like doing it. So we're going to keep doing it.
People like it. It's all good.
I know. And we get a lot of good feedback about it. So that's another thing that keeps us doing what we do is hearing back from you guys and just scooching. We're scooching. Yeah.
Yep.
You don't get to have the entire frame.
No, well, that's unfortunate because this deserves.
Did you guys see this week on Facebook that our daughter shaved his head because he was getting so fuzzy? Hi, Richard. He was getting a very long top, so our daughter just took a pair of clippers to him and shorn her father. It was fun. New adventures in coronavirus land. We're learning new things all the time.
Do you know what I learned about when she shaved her head about me?
Now the cat wants in. It's not going to get better.
My identity was not my haircut.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, you see how I'm segueing into what we're talking about today?
Mm-hmm.
We are discussing chill in April. We are talking about how do you reconnect with yourself and how do you recharge by really knowing who you are and what brings you joy. Because most of the time, after a bunch of stress, we're a little disconnected from that.
I got to tell you, though, I will bring this back to the same thing that I talked about last week. Some of the stuff that is our beloved, so hard worked and so hard earned methodology that we have been building for close to 2 years feels completely obsolete now because there's so many things that are important before. But I will say this, underlying, none of this stuff really changes. So while yes, it's super important, like scratch all the identity crap, scratch all of that, I still got to pay my mortgage. It doesn't matter if I like it. It doesn't matter if I'm connected to my joy. It doesn't matter. I got to pay my mortgage. My business has got to run and I've got to make money to be able to eat. Like it's a Maslow hierarchy level kind of situation here. But I'm telling you, honestly, as the days and the weeks drag on and I'm having to spend more and more time with myself and other people, I have to say, I have come already to know things about myself that I didn't know even just 3 weeks ago before this quarantine thing started. So I really believe that everything that we have ever developed up to this point is still true. It still holds true. It's still this underlying issue that if we don't connect to who we are, we will not come out of this stronger. So I think now it's more important than ever to really understand who you want to be in a crisis and who you want to be on the other side of it.
Yeah, who you are at the top of your game is the same person you are at the bottom of the game. It's just different aspects show up. And so if you're not intentional with who you decide to be, then you let the world dictate that. And one of the risks is that without developing a solid personal identity statement of who you are, what happens is you begin to inherit your identity from the roles around you, and you may not be very good at these roles, and other people will have opinions about how you do in the roles. One of my roles is father. Last night, my daughter said, "He's an idiot, but I'd miss him." I'm like, whoa, that was tough. That was what? We just watched a sad movie and she was in the middle of crying for 30 minutes. But being able to have somebody else judge me and say how I am in a particular role, if I don't have a strong identity, that can really rock my world. So the idea here is, especially in the middle of a crisis, it's so important to know exactly who you are so that you can weather the storm. You can be strong enough that as everything is going to crap around you, you don't waffle, you don't crumble.
But I also feel like there have been opportunities in this for me, myself, and I to step into what I naturally already do, which is leadership. I just tend to be someone who's just like, all right, I'll do it. And I have had multiple opportunities to be that grounding force for other people. And that's completely in line with my identity. I don't shy away from it because I know that about myself. That doesn't mean I never worry or I never have mini panic attacks or I don't, kind of have my moments of falling apart and being like, zombies. I certainly still have those moments, but I still, because of who I'm in my core, I am somebody who naturally steps into those roles, and I think that this is going to give all of us an opportunity for our strengths to really shine.
Yeah, one of Carrie's strengths, it's really core to her identity, is helper, caregiver, somebody who shows up for other people. And because that's how you associate yourself, you're able to start as a beginner in so many things. You are now an expert at teleconference Zoom. You are now the expert at all of these things where just 3 weeks ago you were not. And guys, I'm gonna tell you a little something about my wife. She hates to be a beginner, but she is getting much, much better at it once she's decided that the role that she's gonna be doesn't matter because she's this person, someone who cares for people and shows up for them when they need her. And that lets her go and be this beginner, and that lets her fail in some things without actually having it impact who she is. Doesn't mean she doesn't have bad days or cuss at the computer. Why won't this Chromecast work?
Why won't it work? Yeah, but it just is what it is. But I mean, I'm sure everyone out there too has had these opportunities where they're like, oh, that problem you got, I was made for that. Mm-hmm. And you find your place. You find your place in a crisis. And I think as we are all starting to deal with this new situation and the new reality has set in, we all have to find ourselves accepting the role of beginner in a lot of things, because this is a brave new world. None of us know exactly what is next or how to behave, and so we're having to be really, really patient with ourselves and patient with others. And I think that that's a really, really encouraging thing to be able to know. It's like, oh, well, okay, we can give everybody a little bit of grace.
Oh, yeah.
You can give everybody a little bit of grace, but especially yourself, because you can give yourself that permission. So do you want to talk a little bit about the identity statement? This is an actual tool that we use in our practice.
Yeah, so an identity statement is you exploring what is really, really important to you, and then looking at how you can state that. And typically it follows the format of I am a blank who does blank. So my identity statement is I'm a man of nature-bending purpose who leads by example. That means that I am going to achieve my purpose, and it is so important to me that I will change my own self, my own personal nature to become that. And while I'm on my way to my purpose, nature will change around me. And I love that part. Part I dislike, or at least I used to, but now I love it, is leads by example. Because for so much of my life, I did whatever I wanted. And I just was Adam and doing the thing. And I was like, my nature, my purpose, and doing this and that. What I've found is I can't accomplish anything without amazing people around me, and I never could. I was lying to myself. And so this lead by example thing now means that I have to show up in such a way where I no longer give myself permission to live in depression. I no longer give myself permission for self-destructive behaviors. I don't give myself this permission because I'm leading by example. So it's a little bit of what I am and a little bit what I'm inspiring to be. And as long as I live there, and I have that identity statement that makes me a little uncomfortable, but also really excited, this is a catalyst that gives me a whole lot of strength.
Yeah, it speaks truth to it. It's like building in your own accountability for who you want to be.
Now, it is not easy to make those. And I went through about 7 or 8 different versions. But we do have a process that I will not go over here because it is a little bit longer. And man, I recorded a video and a tutorial, so I wouldn't have to say it here. But if you are interested, message us, and maybe we'll even post something on the page a little bit later about how to find that. We have a really good walkthrough for you to build your own.
I also think that this particular tool would be really, really, really valuable for someone whose business is in a position of uncertainty. For a person who's thinking, I need to pivot. I need to pivot. How am I going to pivot how am I going to take what I have and make it into something completely new and different and beautiful? And I really think that understanding your strengths could really, 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 really be critical to you being able to build something slightly different that still works for you under the current circumstances. If that is something that you are interested in talking about, we'd love to have a chat with you. So you can always go to WLEmission.com/coaching and set up a call. Just a short
15 minute
conversation for us to say, okay, sure, here's this tool that we're happy to share with you. But we'll also, you can always just send us a Facebook message as well, and we can send it to you that way.
Or you can do what Richard did and say, I want that.
Absolutely. Happy to give you that.
You don't have to do anything else, Richard. I'll just send that to you. I know how to get in touch with you.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we hope that you have a fantastic rest of your week. Again, if you have any problems or you want to set up a time to chat, WLEmission.com/coaching will get you a conversation with us one-on-one. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your week.
Bye.
Thanks.